Hello guys, it's Windowsent here, and I just finished the European Bandai tournament, the webcam tournament. I got 56th place out of how much? 256 people. So a 4-3 score. Played against a lot of good people. I actually some of them had noticed their names doing very well, so I was happy to play them, even though I didn't know them per se. Could have done better, could have practiced certain matchups more, but you know, this is a way to learn as well. And to be honest, I'm looking forward to set 5, building red Omnimon. But without further ado, let's get to my green deck profile. So for babies, I run 2 Argomon, 3 Minomon. I'm happy with this because both of these do good things for me. This came up, both really clutch. I have this ratio because earlier when I played 1.5, I only had 3 of these, and I wanted to play 4 and 1 of these, but now I think this is a good ratio. I could swap one of these for an Argomon, but I don't think it's such a big difference. Actually, I think this is the best ratio for my deck. See, I'm still a little bit indifferent, but that's fine. So those are the Digitamas. Just put them there. And next up, let's go through the rookies. So 6 Vanillas, 3 Goblimon, 3 Argomon. They're very nice in green to be able to spam out. Let's put them to the side, 3 of each because we'll fare Omnimon, and I only have 1 other Argomon, which is the level 5, so this is a good ratio. Next, for Lalamon, I love Digibursting and getting Lalamon to hand and not running out of resources. I try to make this deck as consistent as possible without really knowing the deck that well. It did well enough. And next we have 3 Palmon. Inheritable when you attack an opponent's Digimon, it gains 2k. Came up very often, won me games. Then Terriermon, I might bump it up to, give me 1 second. I might bump it up to 3, really good against, especially against yellow, but also against the occasional blue decks. And that's all the rookies, so 15. A really good number, I'd say. Let's put the rookies to the side. Next, 2 Stingmon, cheap, gives memory. Used him constantly, so good. 4 Vegemon, saw him way too often. He's a really good card, so it's not like it was a problem, but he was always there in multiple numbers. So yeah, 4 of him. 2 Woodmon. I like blockers, so I obviously run 4 of the 1-cost Kabuterimon blocker. This is my only level 4 that's not 4 cost, and it's just because I wanted more blockers. It's a consistent deck with control and the capability to rush and kind of do many different things. That's the level 4s. Oh, sorry, yeah. So 4, 2, 4, 2, 10. And since I love blockers, I also had 2 Cherrymon. Next, 1 Argomon and 2 Blossomon for the Digisorption. Really good to climb for cheap. So I have 6 Vanillas as well. 3 Lilamon, I think no more, no less. Really good card. Maybe you could play 4. I had so many great combos with her that I hadn't even thought of when I made this deck. So, perfect. Yeah, anyways, 9 level 5s. Nothing more to say about that. And then 3 Needhug. You see it often. You don't. Maybe you need 4. I had 1 game where I could have won if I had Needhug, but didn't get it. But it happens. I still think this is a fine number. 3 Herc. I don't think you want to see it too often. I think 3 is a good number. Same reasoning. Then my Tex, Puppet and Bancho. Bancho is a nice enemy killer because people think you play green, you play big evolution costs, you play this and it can win you the game easily, especially if you are behind Mimi. Puppetmon is a nice surprise, slows the game, gives you memory, controls their board. People don't really expect it as much anymore. Some people still do. I only have one puppet, but I don't know if I would run two. These both slots are still open for possible change. So if you want to try this deck, I say experiment with these two slots. There's a lot of room in green in general, like you can build it in so many different ways. 2 Chaosmon for level 7s. Oh yeah, 8 6s, if I forgot to say that. 2 Chaosmon for level 7s, really good card. I could play Valorarm, but I don't think it's necessary. Also, I don't have it, so, you know, I went with what I had. Which is most of the things, but... Yeah. Only option is HPD. I mean, I think at this point there's no need in saying why or explaining it. But remember, you can HPD into Chaosmon. It doesn't, the Digimon you evolve doesn't have to be green. It's when you're evolving a green Digimon. I think most of you who read the cards know it, but like even if you read it, you might forget it or you might not think about it at the moment. So it's a good reminder. And lastly, Tamers. 2 Mimi, super good, and also wins games. And 1 Easy. I've only bought 1 box of set 1 and then singles. So this I got as a box topper and it's been sitting in my binder, and then I was all of a sudden like, I'm gonna play it, because when I played set 1 meta in Japan or with Japanese cards, I tried green and Easy just drew me the whole deck. Deck didn't do much at that time, but you know, drawing the whole deck was good then, so why wouldn't it be now that I have so much more and I can go into cool combos. And green's biggest problem is that if you're missing a level, you're kind of screwed. So that's it. And also, I only play 4 cards that aren't Digimon, so Easy can pick up anything from the deck. And I mean, since Easy doesn't really count itself since when I play it, so I have 3 targets that it can hit that are not a Digimon, then it's like, oh boo-hoo, I'll draw all the other turns. So that's really good, and yeah, it can pick up Chaosmon. It requires a green Digimon on the board, but it doesn't require the Digimon that you flip with it to be green. Japanese set 1, I used Skull Greymon with Easy. It was fun. Different times, but still. I think the deck is good. It's very consistent. I only bricked in 1 game, but I bricked both rounds. It happens. And then I lost to, what's it called, Security Control, which is very, very beatable by this deck. But the biggest problem was I didn't practice against it, and I didn't really practice using this deck. If I would have practiced using this deck more, I would have probably also changed it around a bit, especially on the level 6. Or not necessarily, but I would have been more prepared for this. The deck was something I built and didn't play, and it was a last-minute change, or a last-minute decision to play this deck, but it's fine. I had a great time, learned new combos, and I'll be sure to be a bit more prepared for the next one. So, 56 out of 256, a 4-3 score. Great people, great games. I'm happy, and I'm out.